What made you go through 3 surgeries?
I guess different reasons. I come from a tall family. I was always kind of the outlier, being the only shorter person in there. So I always kind of felt short around my family members. And as you know, I'm a fitness trainer. I'm a personal trainer, fitness instructor, and I'm basically a gym rat. And I used to have a long torso and short legs. And the more I hit the gym, the chunkier my legs got. And the chunkier they got, the less I liked them. So it got to a point of me really starting to dislike my own passion, which is going to the gym. And I thought it can't go on like that. I gotta change something. That's probably the main reason.
If you could go back, would you do it again?
Yeah, man, in an instant.
When you go back, did people realize the change on your height, and what was the reaction towards you when you come back to your, daily routine and the people around you?
So everybody realized I was much taller, of course. My loved ones, as in my family and my girlfriend, knew I had told them before, but even they got really surprised. But they got used to it over time. However, my more distant relatives, as in my friends and acquaintances, they are still trying to make sense of it. I've not told them what I had done, because I don't think I owe them. I don't think I owe to share every detail of my personal life to them, but yeah, most of them are still puzzled to this day, you know what I'm saying?
What was the pain like? How did you feel, and do you still undergoing some kind of pain somehow?
I don't have any pain right now, and I haven't had pain for a while. However, the first day after the first surgery was excruciatingly painful. I'd say it was, the pain was on an 11 out of 10. But one of the factors is that I didn't know how to treat pain properly. I had this figment of the imagination, which was I thought I had to wait until the pain was unbearable to start treating it with painkillers. Which in actual facts, you gotta do the opposite. You gotta start taking painkillers before the pain settles in. I knew that after, and I used that strategy for the second and third surgery. Now, I've had close to no pain at all. But yeah, the first surgery, especially the first day after the first surgery, has been excruciating. The first couple of weeks after that have been hard, but I got through eventually, like we all do. And after that, it's been pretty much smooth sailing after that, yeah. And second and third surgery, I haven't had any instance of real hard, heavy pain.
What was your biggest fear before surgery?
My biggest fear before surgery was getting botched in the operation room. I guess like most people. But I quickly realized that wasn't a rational fear, because these doctors, that team is so well trained and they've got so much experience. Doing that surgery is something they do almost on a daily basis. However, we as patients, we don't have training, we don't have prior experience. The real risk, I realized, is not working hard enough, not knowing what to do exactly as far as rehab goes. That's a real risk.
Are you afraid of any potential risks in the future? Do you think that there is such chance?
Um, I'm not afraid, especially because I know my work ethic. I'm I'm keeping the same work ethic I've had when I've been here. I keep exercising a lot, especially because of my job. It's easy. It's my passion. I like it, so it's not hard at all. I think they could be a risk for somebody who wouldn't exercise at all, somebody who wouldn't do nothing. I think it's important to keep exercising on a regular basis, even after those surgeries.
Have you ever gotten any complications from the surgery? And if your answer is yes, how was the treatment and was your problem solved?
No, I've been very lucky. I haven't had any complication throughout the 3 surgeries. One advice I could give by that is obviously you can't control whether or not you're going to have complications, but working hard on rehab and working consistently will always help you to keep complications at bay. Obviously, there's no guarantee, but it really helps.
How much of your athletic capacity you have regained, and how is your current situation athletic-wise?
Man, I guess close to 100%, maybe like 99%, know what I'm saying. Um, I've resumed my job. I'm working as a personal trainer. I'm working as a fitness instructor. I go to the gym. The only things are I I can't quite lift as heavy as I used to, but almost. The difference is insignificant. And on some exercises, I don't even notice difference. I guess I can't quite run as fast as I used to, but almost. I jump almost as high, so you're really, really close to where I was, and I keep improving.
So do you think after 3 surgeries, is there any unproportional looking or weird looking on your body, or have other people noticed? Did you have such kind of feedback from the people? What do you think about your proportions after 3 surgeries?
People who don't know don't notice. However, I know I have really long legs, but that's exactly what I wanted. So I'm exactly where I needed to be. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's a famous quote. People telling that you did the surgery, but your children will be short. What you gonna do about it? What's your answer on that?
I guess I'll see what happens, yeah. But I don't think it'll be a problem, even if my children are short. So first of all, it it doesn't only depend on the father; it also depends on the mother. Also, yes, my girlfriend's tall, so I don't think my children will be too short. But even if they are short, they may be really happy being short, you know?
And let's say in the end you do it for yourself. So
What?
in the end you do it for yourself,
Absolutely right.
for the people or something like that.
Exactly. That's why I keep saying, if you're doing it for somebody else, then you're probably doing it for the wrong reason.
Yeah, that's true. Are you able to run now? Is it really possible?
Oh yeah. I can run big time. Maybe almost as fast as I used to, and hopefully I'll soon be able to run as fast as I used to be.
Hopefully. How does it feel to be taller 20 centimeters more?
Man, it's wild. I don't know what's the wildest thing about it, but an interesting thing is that you actually feel like you've always been that tall. You know what I'm saying? Even just after a few months, few years, you just tend to forget that you had to go through surgery to do that. You just feel like you are always tall. At least that's how I feel, you know what I'm saying?
So the people that you know or people who knows you, how did they react once they saw you after 3 surgeries?
Man, they were floored. They were astounded. Even my loved ones, even my girlfriend, my family members who knew, because I'd all told them, but even they were astounded, and they took a few weeks to realize what they were seeing, to realize that it was true. As far as my more distant relatives go, my friends and acquaintances, they are still puzzled to this day. They're coming up with theories on a regular basis as to why I got taller, because I was in my early 30s, so it's very, very much not likely. Because I was in my early 30s, so they don't believe I've hit a growth spurt, right? But I had been deployed in Europe because I was in the army, and some of them came up with a theory saying that, I don't know, they're saying that I probably underwent some military experiment overseas or something. But I just let them speculate, you know what I'm saying?
So what's the reason behind you not showing your face?
Um, as I said, I'm fine with my family and my girlfriend knowing about this, but I don't think I owe other people sharing too much about my personal life. This is really personal. This is as personal as it gets. And I also have quite an important fitness YouTube channel and quite an important online presence. And I don't want those two things to get mixed up. You know what I'm saying?
Of course, you care about your privacy.
Yeah, I do. I think, I believe it's up to me what I choose to share and what I don't want to share.
What surprised you the most during recovery?
I'd say it's the fact that there's almost a mathematical link between the amount of work you put in and the pain you get. The more you work, the less pain you get. The harder you work, the less pain you get. At least that's what my experience was like. I feel, just like I was saying, for complications, there's nothing to lose by working hard and working a lot. And I was surprised at how true it was and how immediate the effect of working hard was. Yeah.
What is your message for the people who does the surgery solely for the confidence?
I personally believe that confidence shouldn't be a reason to do that surgery. I mean, it's hard to say, but if your problem is confidence, then solve the problem at hand. That's what my philosophy is. Getting taller will get you taller. It will not increase your confidence, I don't think. I think you should only be doing this if you're doing this for yourself. You shouldn't be doing this because you feel you're not good enough for, I don't know, this or that people, you know. Don't do this because you don't feel like you're good enough for that girl or that guy or whoever. Do this just for yourself.
So it's not a divine touch to the confidence, this surgery, you think?
I don't think so. Again, it's only my opinion, and I understand these are really delicate and really personal questions, but my opinion is, no, I think height and confidence are two different things, and you should tackle the one that is a problem, not the other.
What's the thing that you say that I wish I knew before my first surgery?
I'd say I wish I knew the real risk is not working hard enough, and the real risk is not doing the physio like it's supposed to. Because me thinking that the real risk was surgery has gotten me through months and months of stress beforehand. Yeah, I put myself through so much stress for months just basically thinking of what could go wrong in the operation room. Had I known that wasn't a real risk, had I known the real risk is just not working hard enough, I wouldn't have put myself through all that. So I wish I knew that before.
So based on what you thought, what you're thinking, the real complication or real complexity is based on the post-operative process rather than the surgery itself.
Big time. Yeah, big time. Because again, as I was saying, those surgeons have dozens of years of experience performing this. They have done hundreds and hundreds, or maybe even thousands of those surgeries. You as a patient haven't done hundreds of those. You as a patient haven't done thousands of rehab phases. That's where the real risk is, and it's not your job as a patient. I mean, it becomes your job, but you haven't had professional training before, so you have to do a professional job of rehabbing yourself without professional training. This is the real risk, yeah.
Is there something that you were able to do before the surgery but you cannot do now?
Little things, really little things. For instance, like I may have been able to lift 200 pounds on certain exercise before, and I'm only able to lift 185 now. But nothing too important apart from those little things now.
During your treat process, you get to know a lot of people. So based on your experience, personal experience, what kind of people shouldn't do this surgery for themselves?
Um, Medically, as in physically speaking, I don't know, but psychologically speaking, just like we were discussing earlier, I think you shouldn't be doing this for anybody else than yourself. Do it if you really want to get taller yourself, but yeah, I wouldn't advise to do that if getting taller is just a mean to get to another goal, especially if that goal is like pleasing somebody or looking eye level with your partner or whatever. You should do this for yourself. Only you.